Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dun here, and we are back on Oakland A's franchise. It has been a while, uh, 4 or 5 days, I think, since I streamed it all, and I think probably even longer since I have streamed Oakland A's franchise. But I'm excited to be back, and you'll see by the title, "Are we the best team in baseball?" And there is a good reason to ask that question. If we go to the standings here, American League. If we scroll through here, let's see. Actually, we'll just look at all of baseball. Braves have 20 wins. The Padres have 20 wins. The Red Sox have 21, and we have 19. So there are many teams, or there's only a few teams that have the same amount of wins, and even fewer that have more wins than us, which means we should be in the conversation for the best team in baseball. So, as you can see here, after offseason number three, uh, we had, like, in terms of talent, we're ranked 21st, but we're obviously playing much better than that. So we'll do a quick, so far we've only done 1 month in the year 2025 here in the game. Let's take a quick look at our stats for the team. Overall, pretty good. Really concerning to see the fall off of Zach Geloff early on in the season, as he is only batting .212. Still a decent slug at .458, but the average and the on-base percentage is very low, and he is already regressing, which, like I said, very concerning because he definitely helped propel us to a World Series win last season. Jorge Soler, kind of the same thing, has demonstrated quite a bit of power already, but just low average, low on-base percentage. Seth Brown looks pretty good. Dylan Carlson is phenomenal. Mauricio, again, just have a few guys that normally performing very well have really just not hitting the ball consistently. And Matt Chapman, however, continues to improve. Just a little bit lacking power versus lefties, but his average on-base percentage and slugging all up across the board. So we might look to maybe move him up the lineup as we see if others are still falling behind. Soderstrom, kind of reflecting the same as last year, right around the 220 mark. Very disappointing, but his slug is way up. So hopefully, we start seeing some power increases. And then on our bench, really not much too exciting. Logan Davidson, in a very small sample size, is batting well, but again, only 19 at bats. And then pitching, Chris Paddock, our new ace free agent signing, by far the highest paid player on our team, doing very well. Very low ERA at just over 3 and a whip just over 1. Eric Lauer, okay. Walker Buehler, good. We actually currently have an injury with Tyler Wells, who was, a deal we made last year. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured hand. And so our long relief pitcher, Julio Urias, has stepped in and has filled the void very well. May even take over that starting spot. And then Mike Clevenger, another free agent signing, really holding it down. Sub 3 ERA and just in a 1.1 whip. Bullpen looks pretty good, but 8 pitches. I don't know. Obviously, it's not good, a 10 ERA and a 2 ERA, but 8 innings. So not too much you can gain from looking at these numbers yet. But we expect our bullpen to be solid. So with that, we have the month of May to look forward to here. As usual, we will play our one in-division game and our one out-of-division game, simulate the rest, and do some scouting. And then next episode in the month of June will be our minor league showcase, where we'll look at rookies we drafted last year, as well as rookies that we drafted at the beginning of our franchise. And we will player lock them and see how they're doing down the minors. But First things first, we need to see who we're going to play. Now, the Rangers are nipping at our heels, so we definitely want to take some games away from them. The Angels, the Astros, really not posing much of a threat, and even though the Mariners finished, I think, dead last in our division last year, they are only 3.5 games behind. Of course, the season is still very early, but yeah. So let's take. I think we definitely, compete with the Rangers, try and steal a game from them, and then I don't think we've played the Phillies or the Reds yet. So we might look to play them, maybe get a look at Ellie De La Cruz, of course, a phenomenal young player for the Cincinnati Reds, absolutely electric player. So I usually base what game I'm going to play based off the pitchers. So we have already used Chris Paddock and Mike Clevenger, our 2 free agent signings. I think we're going to look to Eric Lauer. He's struggling a little bit. ERA is a little inflated, but he's got a 3.01 win-loss, and he definitely was an instrumental piece to our success last year. So I think we're going to hop in to, let's see, Chris Mead's no longer injured in AAA, so we'll auto-utilize him. So let's hop in here. First game, we're going to be facing off against Cal Quantrill. Very talented pitcher here now with the Rangers. And we're going to see what we can do. Been really looking forward to getting back to this series. Going to be some streaming. Just had a very busy last few days. Also, I'd been hitting the streaming very hard, very heavy. And sometimes, to avoid burnout, you just need to take a little bit of a break. And so that's what I did. Took a little bit of a break. Was productive at home. The game is glitching out. Can't read Estuary Ruiz's face. And here we are in Texas. Let's see what we can do. All right, fastball hunting. And we got one. Right where we were aiming. Good timing. Right to a defender. Ooh, a little bit higher than what we thought. But not a bad pitch to swing at. Good check swing there. All right, we are 2-2, need to protect. Ooh, I don't know what I thought that was going to be, but I did not expect him to continue to attack. I think I'm just expecting something like not down the heart of the plate. And then we get an unfortunate call there. It's nice to see that Cal Quantrill is attacking us. That means, we got to be on our toes.
Leading off for the Rangers, the center fielder, Leody Taveras.
All right, and lefty Eric Lauer. Very productive pitch mix here. Go fastball versus lefties. Cutter in on the hands versus righties. Slider. Fastball, maybe a changeup here and there. But Eric Lauer definitely, ooh, and the umpire seems to be pretty generous in the low part of the zone, so we'll look to remember that. Absolutely dealing here to start. getting through the first 2 batters and only 5 pitches. Going to cutter high and away. Check swing. And now, of course, try and wipe him out with a slider. Probably not the most competitive pitch. Pretty easy to take that one. But we'll go back to it.
Ball outside.
And there we go. Come back inside. Fastball in on the hands. Can't catch up. 2 strikeouts for Eric Lauer to start the game. Good start. All right. Let's see if Cal continues to attack. Man, he has given everything at the bottom of the zone. Really gotta watch out for that.
2-1. 3-1.
All right, Jorge Soler works himself to a 3-1 count. Should get a pitch to hit here. Draws a walk. Nice patient at bat. Yes.
I thought you were going to Call of Duty.
I will, but I really wanted to get a baseball stream in.
What are you playing?
I'm playing baseball, and I'm streaming right now. That was my son. Hopped in to see what was going on. Really looking for a fastball up, just not. Outside of those first few pitches, just not getting anything. Oh, got one there, but Seth Brown's a little late on it, and hopefully that one gets foul. It does not. But we do actually tag up on first, something you don't see too often. Just a bit under that and late. I mean, we know what we're looking for. Trying to keyhole the top of the zone. And we are in another 3-1 count. Will we get a pitch to hit? Ooh. Seamer in at the knees. We do put the ball in play. Not a very hard hit ball. Probably shouldn't have swung. Could have been ball 4, but we do advance the runner, so it is a productive out. Not really looking for a curveball. Ooh, that was a 50-50 pitch. Could have very easily been called a strike. And a circle change that does hang up in the zone, but we beat it back into the ground. Pretty patient at bats there. I feel okay about that. I think it's only a matter of time before we start teeing some up. And now facing a former Athletic, Marcus Semien. Was definitely a fan favorite. Sad to see him get traded away when I think that's now 3 seasons ago in real life.
1-2.
Gets a piece of that one. But still an out. The game still apparently can't read faces. See a little bit of pixelation there. Oh, get there, Lauer. Run, run, run. And so far, so good. Only 15 pitches through 1 2/3. Give me that. And the cutter eats him up. I think that's his fourth strikeout so far. Looking very good. The very dangerous Matt Chapman playing well this season. Ooh. But the cutter beats it back into the dirt. That's why we're looking for stuff up in the zone. As we then swing a pitch at the knees, maybe thigh high. That one sounded good, but late and very far under. Oh, that was a perfect, and it gets right past the glove. Actually splits the gap, and Soderstrom should have a double. That looked like it could have been snagged by the shortstop there. But 104 off the bat, can't glove it, and it does sneak into the gap. Ruiz again swinging on the first pitch. Just a little late, but not a bad swing, just not a ton of power there. Maybe getting a little swing happy. But that one hit right back up the middle. That should score Soderstrom. And that is an RBI single for Ryan Noda.
Now batting, the second baseman, Zach Yellow.
A's strike first. We'll see if Cal Cantrell continues to attack the zone. I don't know if he's attacking or just missing. But definitely had many pitches, good pitches to hit. Nadia Geloff back on track, 0-1 so far today. And we try and grab that two-seamer. Seen many in that location. Hard not to swing at that.
2 balls, 1 strike. Go, outside.
Good eye so far as we work another 3-1 count. And that one's going to fall. Ooh, center fielder almost nabs it. The missed diving catch. Runner comes around, and he is out at the plate. Ryan Noda attempts to go from first to home and does not make it, sending the A's back to the dugout. Really unfortunate. Had a chance to do some damage there. Would have really liked to see that inning continue, but I'm okay with aggressive base running by our players. Of course, we leave it to the managers to make the call. I'm not controlling that. And oh my God, what in the world was that call? Now that Angel Hernandez has retired, looks like umpire behind the plate is looking to take up the mantle. Dolis Garcia, very dangerous at bat. Can't just... Ooh. Slider misses, and we have...
0-2.
Oh, do we get it? No. Another fly out. We'll take that. Perfect game is gone.
Batting ninth, The designated
Of course, we're always thinking about a perfect game in the third inning.
Blake.
Holy cow, he was early on that. Oh, wow. He is swinging at a lot. And another 2 quick outs. I mean, this slider is working. They're calling stuff low in the zone, so
No strike.
I'll take it.
No, that's high.
Fortunately, some really egregious misses, though, by the umpire. Uh-oh. Dylan Carlson was just frozen out there. He did not want to charge at the ball. I thought the way he was just standing there, I thought that was going to be a home run.
Low.
And now Eric Lauer in a little bit of trouble with 2 base runners on.
1-0.
And that ball is fair. Chapman can't glove it. Brown is there. And that is going to score a runner. Not the best hit ball, but right down the third base line. Chapman can't get to it, and it is all tied up.
That's away. That's the ball.
Eric Lauer missing a little bit now with the slider. Had been a very productive pitch. We're just not getting anything with it. There we get a pop-up. Chapman's under it, and that should... And it does, in the inning.
Leading off for the Athletics, the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
Oh. 1 ball. No strike.
Jorge Soler, one of our new free agent signings. We've already hit 1 home run with him in our first game of the season.
You're out.
This one does not go nearly as far. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the lighting in the stadium. Ball kind of gets lost a little bit just because it's so light versus the light green background. And Seth Brown gets into one as this one is through the gap in left center. Gets to the wall. Seth Brown is running for 3. Very aggressive running again. And it gets us as Seth is thrown out at third.
0-1.
Not ideal. Our third base coach is not giving the best advice right now. Dylan Carlson goes down in 3 pitches, and that is a quick inning for the A's. Looked like we were going to have some productivity there again,
Leading off,
but very aggressive base running sends us back to the dugout.
Marcus Semien.
See if Eric Lauer can bounce back after kind of a tough inning last in the third. Walked a batter, got a couple hits.
No ball. 1 strike.
Best way to get back into it is just throw some strikes.
0-2.
And we are quickly up 0-2. Broken bat on the slider. Geloff manages to range over and snag it. Makes the throw.
The catcher,
And again, a quick
28,
2 outs.
Jonah Hine.
Strike. Woo. 0-2.
Let's see if he'll bite on a high fastball.
Ball.
He does not.
1 ball. 2 strike.
You know we love to attack with a cutter. Ooh, and that one got a little bit too much play, but luckily it's hit right to Chapman. Take a look around the Rangers Stadium. Nice looking ballpark.
Leading off for the Athletics, the shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio.
Ooh, great snag there from Marcus.
He's out.
Very hard hit ball.
Up next, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
112 off the bat. Chapman reaches out, flies out, and the A's already down 2 outs.
That's ball.
This is why I also like to attack. Why, you know, our pitching coach tells our pitchers to attack,
2-0.
force the action on the batter, make them make hits. So we know hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. And we've had some really good ones. Luckily, Soderstrom holds up at second this time. We have hit the ball very hard this game and into the gap. We have just made some poor judgment when it comes to base running. There you go. Once again, for the third time, Estuary Ruiz swings on the first pitch and grounds out on a well-hit ball. All right, and we are back up with Eric Lauer versus Adolis Garcia. Try to mix in this curveball. I don't think we've thrown one today. Gonna sneak in a strike there. We know that the umpire is giving it at the bottom of the zone, so really this changeup, even though it was way too high,
The left fielder, number 32, Evan
could work out well for us.
Carter.
Now, as we are third time through the order, really want to mix things up, start showing some things that we batters have not seen,
No ball. 2 strike.
like the curveball, like the changeup.
Ball 1.
Absolutely dotted. 94
Now
up and in.
The designated hitter, Miguel Blake.
Beautiful. Miguel Blaise. Blease?
Nope.
This might be a rookie. Yeah, I think this is a rookie here. No. Wow. Looks like he had a little bit of experience over in Boston, signed as a free agent over here in Texas. Looks to be a pretty good player. Definitely has
Ball.
some development to do, but very solid ball player at only 25 years old for the Rangers.
Ball. 1-1.
Looked like he was having a good season so far, batting .280.
No, that's a ball. 2-1.
Lauer starting to miss the zone a little bit
No, foul ball.
as Bleise slaps that one foul. Ooh. Hard hit ball up the middle. Geloff cannot get there. And that is a 2-out single for the Rangers.
The center fielder, Lee Hody Tavares.
I mean, this curveball is working. Curveball and changeup were working earlier. We go back to it, and that should be an easy out. Little bit of a defensive duel, despite the A's hitting the ball very hard this game. We just have not been able to string any together. And we are still tied in the top of the sixth. I think we kind of lost our ability to kind of keyhole up in the zone looking for pitches like that. Noted turns on one, and that is going. But Adolis Garcia does get to that one out in right field.
The second baseman.
Took that one for a ride. Geloff beats that cutter into the ground. Again, we really got to maintain our discipline. Look for those fastballs up in the zone. That's what's worked for us so far. And again, we are getting competitive pitches to hit. We just aren't putting them in play. That is baseball.
Leading off for the Rangers, the first baseman.
I mean, this curveball has been working, so we are going to keep using it. Just go all off speed, maybe? Curveball, slider, changeup.
1 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Probably needs to be a bit more competitive. There we go. Get a weak ground ball there.
The batter, number 5.
And Lauer is up to 76 pitches.
Seager.
Probably going to be looking at the end of this inning to go to a reliever. You know, would like to ideally have Eric Lauer with a win opportunity here.
Ball, inside.
Uh-oh. Thought that one had a chance to land fair. It was kind of close. Ooh, and the curveball gets a brutal swing and a miss from Marcus Semien as the game is still freaking out about faces.
No, that's a ball.
It's another absolutely brutal call from the umpire. Pitch well within the zone. Does not get the call. Ooh! And Lauer with a phenomenal snag behind the back on the mound. He does get out of it. He is pitching very well. Has allowed a few base runners, but nothing super dangerous. We will look to warm up, I think, Chafin and Lopez. Oh my God, that was a pitch to hit. And Cal Quantrill, only 59 pitches through 7. But again, we're getting good pitches to hit. We're hitting them, just they are not landing in play consistently. Good eye there from Seth Brown. Very close pitch. Ooh, slaps that 106 off the bat in the left field. He almost want it to be hit weaker because it kind of got to the wall and stopped. But that's a good double for Seth Brown to lead us off. And they are pulling Cal Quantrill already. Surely he still have plenty of stamina. But they are moving to Michael Lorenzen. Circle change, fastball, sinker, slider, cutter, 5-pitch mix. Yep, got to be weary of that. Especially since we saw the umpire giving a lot of calls below the zone. These pitches are breaking a ton. Gonna have to really be disciplined at the plate. Especially where the circle change is breaking. It's breaking arm side, I think. Oh. And that thing just got beat straight into the ground. These off-speed pitches are absolutely dying at the plate. Good pitcher on the mound, it feels like. This one slapped out to left field, does get down. And once again, Brown very aggressive, going for home, and that does pay off. For some reason, left fielder just didn't seem very interested in getting the ball out of his hand. And we take the lead. That was probably our pitch that we were looking for. Just seen so many down and away. Oh my God. How do we not hit a home run on that one? Instead, it's a double play that takes us out of the inning. And we're going to let Eric Lauer see at least one more batter. That was a good choice. One pitch out. You know, I still feel okay. With Eric Lauer, I know his energy. He's getting gassed. But he's still locating pretty well. I mean, two just absolute dots. Very hard hit ball. But right to Ryan Noda. And 2 quick outs.
The left fielder.
Now, if we get a walk or a hit here, we'll pull him at almost 90 pitches, but very good outing for Eric Lauer. Our pitching has been good this year. Probably making up for some of our... Oh, God. I thought that was a home run off the bat. That was so loud. Luckily, it was just a very loud out. Eric Lauer's day is done. And as we go headed to the 8th inning, looks like I think we're going to move to Jorge Lopez, our setup man. Go ahead and sit Andrew Chafin and also warm up Phil Maton. Oh my God, it's so hard to see the ball. The batter's eye is just such a light colored green in the sun here. And then you have obviously the white ball. It's a little difficult to track. Pretty close on that one, just a little under. Ruiz 0 for 3 on the day.
That's the ball. 1 ball, no strike.
And for the first time, doesn't swing at the first pitch. Another ground out for Ruiz. Just good pitches, you know, on him pretty well. Just keeps hitting him into the ground.
That's the ball.
Got to look to elevate some of those. Noda, one of our few heroes, although he did unfortunately make a running error. Tried to take third very aggressively. Did lead to our third out of that inning. Well, let's see if we can get on one here. Good pitch to hit. And we have worked ourselves into a full count here. Another hard hit ground ball, but it does make it through the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop.
Up next for Oakland.
And we have a single.
Second baseman, Zach Geloff.
Oh my God. Geloff flailing. And a slider way out of the zone. Maybe start to see why he's only batting .212. Swings at the next pitch and grounds us out. Looks like it's going to be up to the pitchers
Ladies and gentlemen,
to win this game.
please. Now pitching for the A's, number 48.
We have done just enough to take the lead. But Rangers are a talented ball club. They're one swing away from ending this game or tying it up. And just like the rest of the game, our pitching is carrying us through as we get two very quick outs. Nathaniel Lowe puts one in play though. Gets himself a single. And I think we are just going to be chucking sinkers. That one left way too high up in the zone. We get the strikeout. All right. Of course, our excellent closer, Phil Maton. Going to schedule him to put in the game. And we need our bats to come alive and give us some insurance runs, please. Jorge Soler could be the guy to do it. 0-2 on the day with a walk. The umpire's blind eye working in our favor that time. And we are definitely red lighting this. And we get another walk. Seth Brown, our hero of the day, 2 for 3. Looking for more. The circle change is brutal. I think we're going to, coach up our batters. Tell them to maybe look a little bit lower in the zone. Previously, looking for those high fastballs, just not getting many. And there's a good one. Seth Brown, 3 for 4 on the day. Shoots another one into left center field gap. That should score Soler. And it does. And the A's now have a 2-run lead. What a day for Seth Brown. Oh, and that's another one right to where Seth Brown was. But this one much farther in the air. That one's going to soar Brown. Dylan Carlson on second. And good move from our coaching staff. Letting our batters know, hey, this is a scouting report on the pitcher. This is where to look in the zone.
Number 66.
We quickly score 2 runs in the top of the ninth, giving us a little bit of a cushion. Still no outs. Mauricio looking to continue the hit parade. Although only batting 175, 174 with runners in scoring position. Good pitches there. Ooh. Curveball squirts away from the catcher. And we have worked ourselves into a full count. Hard hit ground ball. Looks like Dylan Carlson's going to go for it. Rounding third. No, he actually did hold up at third. But story of the day, hard hit ground balls for the A's. Another 104 off the bat. And absolutely no, what is it, exit angle? Hit angle. Just have not been able to lift the ball in the air. Uh-oh. Wild pitch there. That does advance Mauricio from first to second on the wild pitch, but does not bring the runner home. Another wild pitch. And we don't send the runner again. I guess after getting thrown out 2 times earlier in the game on aggressive base running, the A's a little bit more conservative here with 2 outs.
That's the ball. 3 balls. 2 strikes.
And another full count. The payoff pitch coming. Good slider there, low in the zone. Chapman gets a piece of it. Ooh, and that time the slider gets him.
Now batting, catcher, Tyler.
And Spores gets his first out of the inning. Some reason I thought we had 2 outs. Oh, that is high. It is deep. Ooh, and it is short of the wall. But a great hit from Soderstrom that should clear the bases. And we have come alive here in the 9th. Finally getting to these pitchers, hitting the ball hard. And it's actually not going to a defender. Oh. Holy hell, Ruiz cannot hit a ball more than 10 feet without it going into the ground. Really got ate up on the slider there. Way over the top. Notice same thing. Curveball. Grounds out. All right, we are going to elect now to not change our pitcher. Not a safe situation for Phil Maton. We are now firmly in control with a 5-run lead. And so now we just attack. Probably mostly with the sinker. A pitch is perfect for ground ball outs. Although that one is elevated. Let's see if the slider puts him away. Ooh. Okay, to go back to it. Ooh, don't get the call. Or don't get the swing and miss. Obviously don't get the call. Easy pick there. It's short. And the Rangers are down to their final out. And that's ball game. A's with a 6-1 win over the Rangers. We blew it open in the top of the 9th. Eric Lauer pitched an amazing game, only giving up 1 earned run through 7, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts.
MLB.
Soderstrom came alive actually that game. I didn't realize it, but he was 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. Stellar stuff. Nick Allen down in AAA has a shin bruise and is out for a few days. We'll keep him active. And now we go to scouting. So if you didn't catch previous episodes, we are all in on position players. Although we have not been able to discover anyone in the outfield. So we're going to move to the infield, although that is definitely where I think our strength is when you consider Chapman. I guess Mauricio, we could probably upgrade at shortstop, but we gave him a pretty long-term deal, so we kind of want to see that through. And then, Geloff, our young stud, regressing a little bit this year, and then our surprise first baseman, Ryan Noda, who has performed very consistently in these, first 3 years. All right, let's take a look at the left fielder, recently scouted. This is interesting. And this is kind of like what I was hoping for, maybe a little bit more. Finding these players that are not ranked, but maybe are a surprise. This is definitely one. 19-year-old Gino Bronson, 6'5", 190. Potential, probably a B potential player, maybe like a low B, high C. Looks like he hits righties pretty well, good vision, discipline, and very good defensively. Great. We'll go back to all of them. Looks like we have quite a bit of depth here in the left field, so let's scout the east area. We're probably going to go 10 weeks or so scouting just areas and positions, which is not something I would normally do, but I'm looking to find some value down the board. And if we can scout them even just like 20% in a week or something like that, you start to get a feel. You can see people jump up and down the board. And then probably the last, 4 weeks or so, we'll look to individually scout some players. But let's see, now go to first baseman. Okay, doesn't look like we have anything super exciting here. And probably not a lot of talent, so we'll, I think, move on. Definitely, want to find some talent down the board as well. Wouldn't hurt us to look for a third baseman. As Chapman is getting older, and I don't think we have many people behind him. Of course, shortstop could be a need, but wow. The best shortstop looks like is only ranked 50th in the draft. He doesn't look even particularly good. So it looks like we have some third base prospects here that are, middle to end of the first and beginning of the second round. So we'll looks like many internationals. So, and that was third base, right? All right, so we'll go to third base, international. And finish scouting for the week. And then, I think we're going to go ahead and advance down to this Red Series. Get to see the young electric Ellie De La Cruz in action. Mario Orozco, one of our young pitching prospects, pulled leg muscle, but only out for a couple days. Nick Allen's back. Orozco's back. J.J. Swartz in AAA out for a few days. Noda out for a couple days. And we are back to scouting, and oh my goodness, what a fall off. After winning the series versus the Rangers and the first game against the Angels, we then lose the following 2 to the Angels and then get almost in danger of getting swept by Houston. Less than ideal. That puts the Rangers ahead of us now in the division. The Astros are making a charge. Go back to scouting here. Left fielders recently scouted. Looks like these first 2 guys look pretty solid, especially Bryant Kane. Has really good power, but also a lot better vision and discipline. We have a similar prospects that we drafted in year 1. Martin Meza, very big power bat, a little bit better against lefties, but his contact and vision discipline were lacking. He is better defensively, though. Better defensively. More of a contact guy with Yusniel Cabral. Big guy, 6'2", 220. And Derek Medeiros, much more of a defensive-minded player, it looks like. Yeah, we definitely have some options here. And then it just tanks. Okay. Okay, let's move over to international now. Get a feel for what's going on there. And then let's look to our third basemen that we scouted. All right. Looks like most of them maintained around the same draft ranking. Rene Delgado. Looks like he jumped up a little bit from not being ranked up to 99th. Okay. Definitely have some options here at third. Lots of central talent, some west. Not many in the east. All right, let's go to the east. And oh my God, we finally discovered some players. All right, so looks like there's just no outfielders. Everyone's already been discovered. But we discovered 3 new infielders. So we go recently scouted, and then, all right, so it looks like we found a second baseman who doesn't look good. Be nice if we found a really good shortstop. That would make me actually pretty happy. And we found a first baseman. He looks okay. 20 years old. Potential looks okay. Probably a CB potential player with a very low overall, probably, in the 40s. So would be a long-term project with maybe some upside. So that was 1, 2. So one of these must have been third baseman. Actually, it might have been this guy. That's why. So if it says not ranked and then we all of a sudden have a draft rank, that means he was discovered. So this is likely the guy that we discovered here. Okay. We'll keep looking, though. Look for our next young stud. Hopefully we don't get swept by Houston. We do. Let's see. Caprillian's out for a few days. So we'll keep him active. J.J. Swartz no longer injured. Noda is no longer injured. Just lots of little nagging injuries. Everyone's just injured for a couple days. All right. And after losing 2, 4, 6, 7 games in a row, bounce back with now 4 wins in a row. 2 against Philly, 2 against San Francisco. And we have a 3-way tie in the AL West between us, the Rangers, and the Astros. Would not expect anything less. Very competitive division. All right. Lots of talent here in left field. Recently scouted. Looks like everyone pretty much maintained their current positions. Reed Valito could be pretty strong value down the board. Not great defensively, but below average, we'll say. But looks like he has decent speed. Pretty average hitter. Well-rounded overall. Definitely someone, you could take down the board. Might have some potential upside. Looks like we scouted pretty much everyone, at least a little bit, in the left field. Anyone in center field? Looks like we have quite a bit of talent here. Lots of players ranked in the top 100. This guy, interesting. Not ranked. Jumps up to 78th. And he's from my home state of Missouri. This guy actually looks like he could be... Oh, no, he's not. Just kidding. So when you see the potential and the overall are matching, that means they usually suck. Very likely it's like they're 71 overall and 75 potential. So they may look good, but where they are is where they're going to stay. So doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be awful, but probably not great. But a lot of central players here, so let's go to center field and central. Looking at our infield prospects. Third base, looks like we scouted a lot of people here. This guy nope, the same thing. Potential and overall match, so likely not someone that we would end up actually going with. Just none of these shortstops really look appealing. Jonathan Colon, again, looks great, but he's probably a D potential player. Just not really a lot here. And we've scouted third. I guess we haven't really taken too much of a look at second base. We have some talent here. A few guys here in the top 100, which is kind of like what I'm looking for. So lots of international guys. So we'll go. Oops. That was second base. Okay, so let's go. Wait. Here we go. So we'll go second base, international. And maybe next week we'll start scouting individual players, looking for, who we're going to lock down. We only have $7.5 million to sign our players, and our discovery has been awful. Our scout does have really good, discovery stats, but we're just not finding anyone. Don't know. We found a couple outfielders and a few infielders, but that was about it. Okay. All right. So we do sweep the Giants. We now have won 5 in a row. Oh my Lord! Do you see this? You see this? 15 hits, 16 runs on 15 hits. That is crazy. Also, what is this lineup? Okay. So who went off? I mean, Dylan Carlson, 3 for 5. I guess we just look down here. Batting. So double from Noda, triple from Dylan Carlson, a home run from Carlson, Geloff, and Chapman. Interesting. how many walks did we have? We must have had walks. Walker Buehler had 5 earned through 6 is not great. But how many walks did we give up? Or did we get 8 walks? I mean, that's good for our on-base percentage, so we'll take that. All right, and now for our Red Series, we've already done Eric Lauer, so I think we'll go to Walker Buehler. Hop in here. This will be our last played game of the day. All right, looks like Geloff is really gassed. We're also facing a lefty, which he's not particularly strong at. Who do we got that can play second base? Oh my God, we have no one that... Wait, Ruiz can play second, right? All right, so Ruiz is going to go to second. And Geloff will be replaced by Edward Olivares. But Grisham will go from right to center. And Olivares will play in right field with his super strong arm. Dylan Carlson on left. All right. And we get to see Elly De La Cruz. Looks like he is having a good year, batting .276 and batting in the 4-hole today. All right. I don't think we've played a game yet with the Cincinnati Reds, and if we certainly have not played them at their home stadium. So excited to be here in Cincinnati.
Leading off tonight for Oakland, the second baseman, Alexi Ruiz.
All right. Andrew Abbott on the mound. Probably could have blasted that one. I was just trying to look. Gosh, what is with these stadiums and the poor visuals? Absolutely. 2 first pitches are absolutely teed up for us.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We're just not there. Oh my God. Abbott gets the call. I mean, it's close, I guess, on the black, but probably should have been a ball. A rare strikeout. Oh my, Lanta.
0-1's the count.
Way high in the zone. We're flailing.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Curveball way up in the zone. Awfully placed, but somehow we can't at least foul that one off.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So far, lineup is struggling. We at least finally make contact. But Elly, with his phenomenal speed over there at short, ranges and gets to it. I just don't know what to make of these pitches. Finally a pitch somewhat low in the zone. I thought for sure we had timed that one up, but very late on the 79-mile-an-hour sweeping curve. And Chapman does bloop that one out into right field, only 74 off the bat. Definitely not a good hit, but it lands nonetheless.
Hey.
We do actually have some pretty good power versus lefties. Not really showing it here thus far, but
Ball, that's low.
looks like Solaire's improving. As we saw in the beginning of the episode, he was batting in the low 200s. Through this month has worked his batting average up to 240. All right. Thought that was a good eye from Soler, but gets the call. And then we whiff on the circle change. I think that was the first time we'd seen that pitch. And the A's are not looking strong at the plate to start this game.
The center fielder, Victor Robles.
All right, and Walker Buehler and Eric Lauer, the last pitcher that we were with, very similar pitches. Buehler has a bit more velocity, but very similar pitch mix.
Ball that's outside. Ball 2. 2-0. That's a ball.
We are quickly down 3-0 in the count. I think we just stick with the heater.
3.
And we get the strikeout. Took a little longer than we wanted, but we got there. And it looks like this should be out number 3. It is. All right. Well, let's see if we can make sense of this, whatever these pitches were that we were coming at us. Before, they weren't breaking all, landing way up here. Now they're, sweeping curves, landing down here.
1-1.
That's why we hunt fastballs. Focus on hitting the fastball because then you have to guess where that pitch is going to land. We're early, very early on 92. Had to swing to protect on that one, though. And the curveball gets the out. Seth Brown, not good against lefties, but having a good year nonetheless. And the umpire is really giving calls on the left side of the plate. Good slider there, lots of bite. Luckily, that one was far enough out. Didn't get the call. I'm just really happy to see Seth Brown performing well. And, of course, really happy that he was on the team that won the World Series. Was with a successful A's organization early on in his career. And, of course, has been through the challenging years that we're going through right now. So, happy that we had a really successful team. Nicely hit ball down the first baseline. Pulled that one very hard. But it is snagged. That is out number 2. Okay. Another ball called for a strike.
1-1.
If I were Abbott, I would keep attacking there, but I want to hold our ground. There we go. Hard hit ball right back up the middle. Nice single for Trent Grisham.
The catcher, Tyler.
Guy who, was a starter for us last year. And more of a backup role now, our 4th outfielder. Sody Boy gets on one. But center fielder is able to range over and snag that.
Leading off for the Reds.
And now here he is, Ellie De La Cruz. So really good against righties, not so much against lefties, but of course has insane speed, very aggressive on the base pass, and really his steal rating should be 99. one of the few players that, as a baseball fan, I really want to see Ellie De La Cruz play.
2. 0-2. Ball.
Isn't known to be the most patient batter. It's sweet there. The cutter, well inside, gets a swing and a miss.
Ronald Guzman.
That curveball actually did very well for us. Might stick with that. Classic rake Fraley up.
Nope, that's down.
Not having a stellar season here. I don't think he's well known for his on-base percentage. Gets on one there, though. 113 off the bat. Absolutely smoked.
No, that's down.
All right, let's see if we can get some of these outside the plate calls. Okay. Know where we're going with the fastball now. Now we really push it outside.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Yikes. Cutter left middle of the plate. Luckily, we get the swing and the miss. And let's see how we can do here in the third.
The shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio.
Not the pitch to swing at there.
Got him. Ball in. Ball 2.
Ruiz actually has a pretty similar archetype to Ellie, but just does not have near the power that Ellie has. Really well hit ball from Carlson that does land in the gap. Should get him to second at least. It does.
Now batting, third baseman, Matt Chapman.
No, that's low. 2-1.
Chapman pretty strong against lefties. Excellent, excellent pitch. Right there. Just looking for something in the zone here. Oh, not in the zone, but hit hard enough. Gets through. And Dylan Carlson scores. RBI single for Chapman.
Designated hitter,
I don't know.
Jorge Soler.
Terrible pitch to swing at, but we make contact, hit it back up the middle. And Chapman's going to run on the wild pitch. Or was that a pass ball? Yeah, it was a pass ball. Bounced off the catcher's mitt, it looks like. And we have a man in scoring position now. Ooh. Soler looks to scoop that one out, but you need to be looking higher in the zone, my guy. Up in the zone and drive it out of here.
Ball. That's inside.
3-1 now. There it is. It is high. It is deep. It is gone. Jorge Soler with a monster shot. 427 feet. Putting the A's up 3-0.
That's a ball.
Ooh. Some might refer to that one as a piss missile. And Olivares bloops one out to center. Not a particularly hard hit ball, but, you know, the sweeping curve. Good timing on it. What's up, dude? Let's see what Brownie can do. Second time up to bat. Ooh, very early on the circle change. And it goes down looking on the slider, just catches the bottom of the zone. What's up? Yes, I'm still live streaming.
Leading off for the Reds,
What?
the second baseman, Cody
I don't know, probably like an hour and a half or so.
Lemon.
What? I don't know. I'll figure it out once it's dinner time. All right. Another commercial break. And we're back in the action.
Did he go?
All right. We know this left side of the plate is open.
Hey.
So we are going to try to abuse that if we can. Especially when we have a really good cutter that we can bring back inside. Give me that.
What do you got?
There it is. Normally when we're pitching with Buehler, we use that slider. Okay. Absolutely wipes batters out a lot of the time.
That's in. Ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
See if we can get a swing and a miss on one here. Uh-oh. Buehler can't glove it, but luckily Mauricio is there to snag it.
Inside, ball 1.
Trying to get these generous calls,
That's ball 2.
but Buehler is just not locating. Let's go back to the curveball. That was working earlier.
Ball, that's out.
And we're just going to have to dial up a fastball, challenge him.
Hey.
Going right back to it. All right. Now show me the slider. There's the swing and the miss. A's are looking strong. Have a nice 3-run lead. Oh, God.
One's the count.
Way late on that one.
Ball.
That was very far inside again.
Two, the count.
Come on, Abbott. Come on, Abbott. Oh, there we go. Nice hard hit ball through the infield. Grisham's on with a single.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
your attention, please. A defensive change for
Okay,
the
Matt
Reds.
McClain coming in. I think I must have missed it, but there must have been an injury.
He's safe.
Matt McClain.
We have a new first baseman on the field for the Reds.
Ball, that's out.
Got lucky there. That has been consistently a strike early on in this game.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Abbott already up to 60 pitches through not even through 4 innings. Ooh, that was definitely a pitch to hit. Four-seamer pretty much right down the middle. Unfortunately, Soderstrom is a little late and pops it up.
He's good. Ball, that's out.
Looks like Mauricio's been doing well. 5 runs in the last 6 games. And that is going to, unfortunately, I think, be a double play. It is. He cannot leg it out. And that vicious slider gets us again.
Nope, that's inside.
Looks like the left part of the plate is just not going to be a strike anymore. I think we're okay with that. I would much rather have a predictable strike zone.
Ball 1. Counts 1-0. That's ball 2.
Good eye from Spencer Steer, holding off on 2 consecutive curveballs. All else fails, just throw fastballs. See if we can get him to swing and miss on one a little bit up in the zone. He thought about it. And now coming back with another curveball. That one just catches the bottom of the zone. We are cruising.
All 1's the count. Did he go?
All right. No reason to challenge Ellie here. As we saw in the first at bat, scouting report is that he is not particularly patient.
That ball's foul.
And he is swinging out of the zone. All right. I'm not sure we've had a hit with Estuary Ruiz yet so far in any of our manually controlled games this season. Don't know why. Although apparently he's had 2 home runs in the last 4 games, so demonstrating some power, which is not normally what he is known for. Phenomenal clutch rating, though, from last season in real life, where he had a stretch of hitting over 400. And when I say stretch, I mean it was like, I think, a month and a half where he went
That's ball 3.
batting over 400 with runners in scoring position, which is obviously stellar.
I got 3 and 2.
Nice job working the count here. Ooh, finally, another ground ball. A ball not elevated, of course, but we do hit it hard enough to get it through, and this is where, you know, Ruiz is really dangerous because he has excellent speed, very... Oh, God, Dylan Carlson beamed. went right for his noggin. Luckily, he put his shoulder up there.
Chapman.
I'd like to see Chapman get some revenge for that one against Graham Ashcraft. Holy moly. That cutter is nasty. Tee up a sinker there, but just a little late. Ooh, and then a slider at 87. Wow. Okay. All similar looking pitches, just very different velocities. Who is this guy? Graham Ashcraft. Okay. He must be their long reliever, as they brought him in at the top of the fifth, but throwing absolute gas. But uh-oh. That is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, go buy your tickets. Next stop, Pound Town. Matt Chapman goes deep on Graham Ashcraft. Another 3-run shot. First one by Soler. This one by Chapman. And we are now up 6-0. Like, Ashcraft is literally just throwing almost all of these in the same spot. If he continues like this, I don't think we're going to have a problem getting to him. I mean, he's got obviously great velocity, so you would expect him to challenge batters with that actually pretty similar pitch mix to Mason Miller, the Reaper. God, what a player, what a nickname. Finally saw him give up a hit. Oh, there's a good slider. That one actually had a lot of bite to it. The other ones have not been moving as much. That one really had some sweeping action to it. Now maybe he's kind of found his groove there with that slider. That thing really slides. Uh-oh, first baseman can't glove it, but Seth not quite fast enough to leg that one out. But damage is done.
Leading off for the Reds, the first baseman.
And now, with a lead, a big lead, this is where we really attack batters.
0-2 is the count.
Can't be afraid to just throw strikes.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Obviously, we want them to be competitive. Not just right down the middle, but we've proven we can hit the ball. Now they need to prove that they can hit the ball. Rick Fraley hit one. Oh my God. This umpire is terrible, and it is working out for us. Jake Fraley, known to hit quite a few homers. Goes down looking.
Nope, that's inside.
Buehler pitching very well.
1 ball.
On cruise control right now. 60 pitches through 5 innings. It's a very good place to be. Having a little bit of trouble putting away Candelario here.
2-2 the count.
He's fouling everything off in the zone. Pretty good eye on things that are far out. And there you saw Oliveras, his very slow reaction time once the ball is actually in the air. Luckily, that was hit pretty much right to him, so he didn't have to run that one down.
Ball. Down. 2-0.
Trent Grisham coming off the bench for us today. At least I'm pretty sure he's a bench pat. Or I think, I don't know. Can't remember. But I don't think he's an everyday starter. But coming off, 2 for 2 on the day. Looking good.
Safe.
Looks like Ashcraft might be losing it a little bit with a 4-pitch walk.
Safe. He's in.
Apparently really worried about Grisham stealing. I mean, after seeing 4 straight balls, no wonder that Soderstrom did not pull the trigger there. But now down to 0-2. I'm expecting a slider here. Don't get one. Instead, get a pretty well located sinker. Just a little late on it. And there's another sinker. Soderstrom pokes it out in the left field, but can't get it to fall. Same location on the cutter there for Mauricio. Fouled off. Oh God, there's the slider. See, when that slider is on, it is nasty. And again, we find ourselves in an 0-2 hole. Barely caught up to that cutter. That was dotted up and in. And after a 4-pitch walk, Ashcraft has fought his way back for 2 outs. Okay. We see the left side of the zone still getting some calls outside.
Runner. Ball. He's safe.
Ooh, poor throw there from the catcher. Easy steal for Ruiz.
Ball. That's down. Ball 3.
And that one was on the fence. That one could have very easily been a strike.
Yeah.
That one again, right on the line, but very generous on the left side of home plate there.
Number 3,
Ruiz draws another walk.
Carlson.
And we got some men on. And then the sinker gets us, though. Does what a sinker is supposed to do. Sinks. And we ground out.
Leading off for the Reds, the second baseman, Cody Clemens.
Hey, 2.
Softly hit ball to Ruiz. Easy play for out number 1. Out number 2.
Out.
Bueller is crushing it. Only 1 hit allowed so far through 6 innings.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Feeling very good about where we're at right now. And another foul out. First pitch swing from Matt Chapman on a slider right down the middle. And that does make it past Ellie there at short.
Designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
See if Soler can show off his Soler power. Get it? Soler?
Off the plate, ball 1.
Love to see him hit 2 homers in a game. At least I think. Yeah, because he hit the first home run, right?
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ooh. Sinker ran actually, like instead of sinking, it ran inside a little bit. Interesting run on the sinker. Working almost more like a cutter. Now we work ourselves a full count. Oh man. The cutter stays up. I thought that was going to be a sinker, but does catch the bottom of the zone. That is a strikeout for Ashcraft. And this is probably going to be a double play. There's 1, there is 2, and there is the end of the inning. I do got to say the team has done well about avoiding those most of the time. Haven't had too many double play balls. And Carlson is not going to have to move. Ranges over 1 step.
The left fielder, number 7, Spencer Steer.
I mean, I feel like eventually one of these pitches is going to hurt us. But if they swing at that, ruled not a swing. But Buehler looking like he might be able to go the distance on this one. 77 pitches through 70. Uh-oh. Ellie gets on one. Carlson at the wall at the track, and that one is gone. That cutter just leaked back into the, we're aiming for the well inside. The cutter does not cut right down the middle. And Ellie takes advantage. Little foreshadowing on my part. Attacking batters and we literally just said one of these is probably going to hurt us, and then it does. Although we get a flail there for strike 3.
Now pitching for the Reds.
And the Reds move to Jalen Beeks. Circle change, fastball, slider, cutter. Another high velocity guy. Thought Seth Brown had a good swing on that one. I'm curious where that one ended up. Okay, that could have easily been a home run. Unfortunately, we are facing a lefty. And that is not where Seth Brown has the most success. Otherwise, that should have been a home run. Nice hit there from Trent Grisham through the gap. I think that's the second one, pretty much in the same spot. Just pulls it right between the first baseman and second baseman.
No, he's safe.
Soderstrom slaps one out in left field. Left fielder dives, misses the catch. We'll see if that scored an error or a hit.
The batter, number 10, shortstop.
Doesn't say. I'm going to say that's a single. Mauricio reaches out on the circle change outside the zone. pushes it foul, though.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Ooh, this one right back up the middle. Beeks can't glove it,
Out.
but he is able to snag it off the ground. A good throw.
The second baseman.
Now Ruiz up to bat. Oh my God. Blast that one right up the center. Perfect, and it goes just over Ellie's head. Scores 2 runs though. An RBI double for Ruiz. He takes advantage of the throw to the plate. A's now up 8-1. This should do it though. As Carlson grounds it right to the third baseman.
Nope. Ball 1.
All right. Cutter is getting dangerous as Rake Fraley sends that one for a ride. Might have to avoid the cutter because it is not cutting, or we are going to have to plan to lead it farther inside.
He's out.
Maybe keep it a little bit lower. I don't know. It is just not cutting at all. Looking for some sort of run glove side. We are not getting it. Let's see if the umpire is still generous outside the zone here.
Nope.
He's not.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Maybe too high. Maybe you don't like it too high. All right. Let's go with the circle change. There it is. Swing and a miss. And Buehler is going to have a chance to go 9 strong. Chapman hit 462 versus lefties this season. 96 contacts versus lefties. It's phenomenal.
Ball, that's it.
First 2 pitches on the black. Chapman took strokes at it. Gets on that one. Pokes it through that gap. I think we've had 3-4 hits right through that same spot. Circle change way outside the zone, but Chappie felt good about it. And Soler this time grounds into a double play. Unfortunate there. And I think the A's are just happy to just swing and try and get some hits. Up 7 runs, not really trying to work the count anymore.
Ball, that's just out.
Oliveros, though, being a little bit more patient. We are reaching on 4 balls. We have a 2-2 count. Another one, Beeks can't glove, but again is able to scoop it up and get the out. All right, we will go ahead and start warming up. Reliever, just in case something awful should happen. But Buehler at 90 pitches here. I think we're going to try and stretch him all the way through. Unless, for some reason, they just start fouling everything, which is exactly what is happening. Let's work a little bit farther outside the zone, see if they chase. Maybe we get a swing and a miss. That one's still inside the zone. But it is a swing and a miss. And Walker Buehler looking really good today. Really good. Weak contact.
Ball 1.
A lot of swing and miss. Got to feel really good about the way he's pitched today. And another strikeout. Last hope here for the Reds. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. And I curse myself again. Noel V. Marte bloops a single out into left field.
Now batting, the left fielder, Spencer Steer.
Olivares with a cannon for an arm, but not nearly in time and not on line. All right, now facing LA. He's already gotten yard on us once. Going to go to the lefty, J.J. Romero.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
And hopefully put Ellie away.
Now pitching for Oakland, number 59,
Ball 1, no strike.
JoJo Romero.
Ball 2.
See what that back foot slider can do. There it is. Ellie strikes out. A's win in convincing fashion. 8-1. Walker Buehler does not get the complete game, but as he was at or near 100 pitches, no need. Matt Chapman goes 5 for 5 with a home run and 4 ribbies. Walker Buehler, though, 8 innings, 11 strikeouts, allows 1 earned run on 4 hits and no walks. Love to see that. As we continue our winnings, we did lose the first game against Cincinnati, but outside of this really bad stretch here, pretty solid month of May. We'll go to our scouting. Wow, 11 second base prospects, and we found 3 prospects in the West. Let's see what we got here. Second baseman, recently scouted. Okay. Douglas Vaughn, originally projected to go 77, is now all the way down to 34. Looks to be phenomenal defensively. Good contact guy with some decent power. 18 years old. Could be, at number 30, could be our guy. Similar here with Ramon Tavares. Almost identical, really. And then farther down the board, someone like Dave Cortez at 84. I'd be happy to take, potential, probably like a B, at best a B, probably more like a C potential, but good defense. Pretty decent bat. Okay, let's see who we discovered. So we did find a shortstop. Phil Cortez, 18 years old. Big guy, 6'5", 228. I mean, potential's not very high, but, overall, pretty well-rounded player. If, he sneaks in with the B potential, that could definitely be good value down the board. And how many did we find? 3, so 3 in the West. So shortstop, third baseman. So it must have been a second baseman. Who over here is from the West? Here we go. Eloy Rodriguez. Not great. Okay. And then we'll go to all second basemen. That was pretty much most of them that I really wanted to look at. All those guys at the top of the draft for second baseman were okay. And now I think, and then let's view our center fielders. Okay, Paul Doe looks like he could be pretty solid. Very wide range of margin there, so really not sure what we're looking at yet. Ray Pin, though. Definitely looks to be bait. So nothing really too crazy. Just looking where these guys are from. Not seeing anything too crazy here. That could be some value down the board. It does put a higher emphasis on defensive attributes in terms of overall. So you can find some guys down the board, maybe not the best defensively, but have pretty good bats. So I think now is a good time. We'll keep looking for new players, but now I think is where we look at our prospect list. And we look for our guy who is going to be. I don't think we have a chance at Charlie Sherry as he is projected to go 5th. We need to. Same thing with Yusnel Cabral. You know, got to find somebody that's, probably going to fall down to the 30s. Bryant Kane looks to be interesting, but I just don't think he falls down to 30. If he is, maybe we take a chance, but I don't want to waste scouting time on someone that we don't realistically have a chance at. I think there were some catchers here that looked pretty good. This guy looked really good. But unless, they're projected to be ranked, around the 30 mark, I don't think we really. Good power bat from this guy. Why did his draft rank sink so much? I don't know. Let's see if we can find position in need. We could find, a second baseman to also play short. That could be good. Douglas Vaughn, though, this guy looks like he could be a steal. Originally draft rank 77. We have him at 34. So we're going to start scouting him. Third baseman looks like, he definitely has some potential there. Very well-rounded, very good defensively. Lots of good third base options. Let's start looking there. And we'll keep discovering. Updates. So we have second and third. All right, finish out this month. All right. And we have Wells back. I mean, obviously started off very strong, only 11 innings. Eric Lauer not looking so hot so far, so I think we do a little swap here. Tyler Wells for Eric Lauer. Eric Lauer can go to the long relief role. He's cold right now. Arias is still doing really well. And he has the stamina to be a starter, so we'll keep him there. It's not like we made him a relief pitcher. He was already a relief pitcher. So our bullpen gets a little better, and so does hopefully our starting rotation. Okay. All right. That is the month of May. We finish about 500 those last 2 weeks, and we are currently third in the division. So we go from number 1 to number 3, maybe still not the best team in baseball, but I think we're getting better. And, we are only 3.5 games back. We know this division is hyper competitive. Let's take a look at some stats before we go. All right, so we already know where our pitches are at. Tyler Wells now back. ZRA is tanked. Looks like he had a bad outing. See how we're doing down AAA. Mason Miller continues to improve, but looks like he's allowing some walks. Was really hoping to see him, make big run. But, he might get the call up in September. Down AAA, no one performing well. Luis Morales, 6.98 ERA. Absolutely awful. Oswaldo Beto, also ass. All right. How about down in AA? Stuart Orr. Okay. Not as good as a year as he had last year, but still very good. Obviously, doesn't walk anyone. ERA is a little high, but whip is still low. Joe Boyle looking good. So down at AA, some of these guys we drafted in the last couple of years looking really good. Looking for Andreas Gillian, our A potential player. A little older, 22, but looking for him to progress hopefully rapidly. Anthony Matsui, who we drafted last year, he's looking pretty good. And then down single A, some of our guys are most recent draft. These guys progressing along nicely. Bullpen, oh my God, Andrew Chafin, he'll bounce back. I don't expect he'll ever have a bad year. Okay. Kyle Brown, Roosevelt Bronson, 2 rookies, having a little bit of a tough time down in AA. A lot of C potential guys down here. Luther Hanna, though, continuing to... Oh, my God, he's improving so fast. He could be a major league bullpen arm as long as he can limit those walks. Okay. Just running through these quickly. Sean Lima. I mean, I don't remember where this guy came from. I think we found him as a free agent. Just no one picked him up. Can't play defense for anything, but he hits the ball really well. Already has 11 home runs. He's definitely a candidate for September call-ups. Bako Kane, another free agent that we swooped on. No one had him. And second base, Geloff continues to play poorly, but with good power, just very low batting average for his standards. Curtis Mead looking okay. Muncy making some improvements. Fujita, I think our first year draft pick, not really doing much. Chappie is still Chappie, absolutely crushing every lefty he sees. I mean, overall, I don't really see too many bats here that are just really popping off besides that first baseman. We got 2 rookies down here that have yet to even see minor league action. Oribiel and Angelis. Oh my God, I don't know how to pronounce this dude's name. And Newton St. Aud. He's been down in single A for 2 years now. Jorge Soler actually doing, 14 homers this early in the season is very good. Olivares, a bench bat. He's got the stats, we just don't have room for him. He might actually be a trade piece. And Seth Brown having a resurgence in the latter part of his career. Martin Meza really, God, I really need his contact ratings to come up. We might have to look at that for training, but Colby Thomas, honestly, could be a guy we bring up. Yeah. I mean, we are set at center field. Looking real good. I'm just surprised that none of our minor league guys are really performing well or like, really stand out. But that's why, in the draft, we are hoping to go all position player, really build some depth. But that is going to be the A stream for the day. Fell a little bit, but we'll take a look in June at our minor league guys. Some of those guys that we just looked at their stats, we will look to hop into some player lock games next stream, see how they do. But otherwise, I think it's been a good one. If you watched live, thank you so much. If you're watching this as a VOD, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And if you're new, I would love if you consider a subscription. Like the video if you like it. If you dislike the video, dislike it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you liked or disliked about it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye.